Alright guys, so now we're going to do the worksheet entitled Salamander. Alright, so we're going to work through this pretty quick. Look at number 1. Which of the following points best represents the reflection of point F across the y-axis? Alright, so first let us find point F. That's here. Here's point F. Okay? Now the y-axis we all know goes up and down, right? So here's your y-axis. So we're reflecting across the y-axis. Obviously the reflection across the y-axis is D. So your answer is thus D. Alright? Pretty simple. Now let's go on to the next one. The next problem says, alright, that's good right there. If you could zoom in just a little bit. Which expression is equivalent to 4x to the third squared times x to the third over 4x squared? Okay? So, let me show you the easiest way to do that. That's good right there. So, what you're going to do first is take care of this 2. Okay? Let's figure out what do we do with this. Now, what we do with this is we actually distribute this 2. So, you're going to bring this 2 both to the 4 and to that 3. Remember, when we have a 2 outside of parentheses, we actually multiply. Okay? So 4 squared, that's what you do with that 2, and x to the 6. If you forget that, remember the easiest thing is you could also write this like this. 4x to the third, and then square it times 4x to the third. If you do 4x to the third times 4x to the third, that's 4 times 4, which is 16. X third times x to the third, which you add these two to give you x to the 6th. Remember, 4 squared is going to give us 16. So those are the same. So you can always write out an exponent if you want, if you forget the rules. Okay? Let's look here. Now we're multiplying that with x to the third over 4x squared. So let's combine. 4 squared is 16. X to the 6th, x to the third. You add these together. So x to the 9th divided by 4x squared. Now you do this. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Then whenever you divide, remember what you do is you subtract. So x to the 9th, x to the 2 makes x to the 7. 9 minus 2 is 7. So 4x to the 7th, that's your answer choice, is going to be G. Alright. Let's move on to the next one. If A equals, that's fine. That's fine right there. If A equals B squared C cubed, then what is A cubed, okay? Well, the easiest way to look at this is like, look, we have an A, so if we want to get an A cubed, we cube this. Well, the same with the other rules. If you cube one side, you also need to cube the other side, pretty much like we did with everything. So what is this cubed? All right, that's our question. Well, we just distribute that 3 to both of those, okay? So distribute this 3 when it's outside the parentheses. When it's raised to it, you multiply. So 2 times 3 is 6. C, 3 times 3 is 9. So B to the 6, C to the 9, which your answer is thus C. Be careful that you do not add these. B to the 5th, C to the 6th. Look, it's an answer. Because the tax wants to make sure you're thinking about it correctly. It's going to give you other answer choices that seem plausible, that seem like they work, but the correct answer is going to be this. Okay, so be very careful on that, guys. All right, let's move to the next one. Please. Number 4. It takes a little...
Sorry.
Yeah, it takes a little talent to... Or practice, not talent, I should say practice here. Let's say number 4. Even I have to think about it. It's better instead of just watch in front of you and kind of see how it works. Alright, yeah, it definitely takes a little practice to get that. Alright, so a circle has a radius given by the expression x to the 4th y squared. Which expression gives the area of the circle? Now, the area of a circle, right, you can look on your formula chart and you see right here, area of a circle is going to be pi r squared. Okay, that's the area of a circle. So I'll put that there, pi r squared. Hopefully you have that memorized by now, though. Circle, the radius is x to the 4th y squared, which expression gives the area. So area equals pi times x to the 4th y squared squared. And what do we do with that squared, guys? We just did it. Let's do it again. All we do is distribute it. So x to the 4 times 2, 8, y to the 2 times 2, 4. Pi x to the 8th, y to the 4th. That's going to be answer choice F. Alright? Pretty easy. So you gotta take a look at this. Pause the video if you're having any trouble. Take your time. You don't have to go as fast as I'm going. Make sure you get this. Let's move on to the next problem. Alright? So the next problem is going to be here on number 1.
Laura, call the office, please. Miss Laura Uribe, please call the office.
Alright. After purchasing a building to start a new business, Mr. Johnson finds the workspace needs new flooring. Okay? How many square feet of tile will he need to buy? Okay? So the best way to do this is to divide this up. Okay? What I would do is I would divide this little portion and this portion. So now you got 1, 2, and 3. So let's think about the area of each of those individually and then add them together. Well, the area of space 1, this is 4 feet. What is this? Well, all of this is 25. This is 7 and this is 15. So 15 and 7 make 22 feet here. This is 25 feet, so therefore this is 3 feet. So to get that area is going to be 4 times 3, which is 12. Okay. Let's look at spot 2. What's the area of spot 2? The whole length of this is 25. Okay. All of this is 20, right? This is 4. So therefore the length of this is 20 minus 4, which is going to be 16. So you're going to do 20 times 16, which is going to be 320. Again, don't take my word. Put it in a calculator. Make sure you agree. Number 3 is this little triangle. Well, again, we know this is 7, this is 4. Well, what's the area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2, right? So the base is 4. The height is 7, okay? So you're going to go 7 times 4 divided by 2. 28 divided by 2 is 14. Add these three together, 320 and 12. Okay, let's do this. 12 and 14 make 26. 320 plus 26 is going to be 346. So your answer is not there. So let's figure out what I did wrong. 12 and 14 is 26, right? 4 times 3 is 12. 20. That's not 20. That should be 25. My bad, guys. Anybody catch my mistake there? Alright, so 25 times 16 is a little tougher. 25 times 16, that's going to be 400. Alright? So 400 plus 26 is 426. So therefore, our answer is A. Alright, so good job if you did it right, because I just did it wrong. Alright, let's look at the next one. We are going to look at the last one on this page, number 3. A gallon of latex paint will cover 250 square feet. You want to paint all 4 walls of a room that is 12 feet long, 15 feet wide, and 9 feet high. How many gallons of paint will you need to buy? Look, guys, we're painting the walls. So we're not painting the roof, we're not painting the floor. We're only painting the lateral surface area. Guys, whenever you're talking about paper wrapping a box, talking about painting walls, all that kind of stuff, you're generally looking for surface area, okay? Here you're looking for lateral surface area because you're only looking for the sides. So the easiest way to do this, okay, lateral surface area, well, this is composed of 4 faces. This face at the front and this face at the back are the exact same. So let's figure out this face at the front, right? This is 15, this is 9. So we just do 15 times 9, okay, which if you put it in your calculator, you're going to find out that it is 135, okay. Now, if this is 135, the one in the back is also 135. Then let's figure out this side. 12 times 9 is 108. If this one's 108, then this one's 108. Let's add them all up. 135 and 135. These two together, all right, these make 270. Then 108 and 108 together make 216. All right. You add all this up, you're going to get 486. But wait. 486, we're talking about how many gallons of paint will you need to buy. Look, 1 gallon covers 250 square feet. We're talking about surface area, so this is actually square feet or feet squared. So if 1 gallon covers 250, well, we divide this by 250 feet squared to figure out the exact amount of paint we need to buy. So if you do that, okay, if you do 486 divided by 250, and you could do it with your own calculator as well, 486 divided by 250, all right, is going to be 1.944. So I'm going to adjust this to try to figure out how close I need to be for you to be able to see it on the camera. Okay, so 1.944. All right, well, 1.944 gallons is what you're going to need exactly. So you need to buy a minimum of 2 gallons. If you buy 1 gallon, you're not going to have enough. 2 gallons, you're going to have a little extra, so that'll be good. So you could paint something else if you need to paint something else. All right, so that's it for Salamander.